Goeienaand, good evening, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world. Now, I received a very interesting email from Brian, and he asked some very relevant questions which are worth sharing with the Loving Life community. He says, I have a question to those of you who manned the 24/7 apartheid protest outside South African House in Trafalgar Square in the 1980s and 1990s. I have a question to those who walked the hallowed halls of Princeton, Harvard, Cambridge, and other fancy universities around the world and demanded economic sanctions against South Africa. I have a question to Ford, General Motors, Kodak, Coke, and other companies who pulled out of South Africa. I have a question to the world media and the UN. I have a question for Wall Street, who divested, and all the various world banks and world funds who divested. I have a question for Hollywood. I have a question for the EU and Brussels and the Congress in the United States. I have a question for Australia, who made out like bandits, decrying apartheid and taking advantage of the economic opportunities it presented. And yes, I have a question for Live Aid, Band Aid, and the concerts around the world who protested apartheid. I have a question to the average person I met around the world who questioned me about apartheid when they heard I was from South Africa. Apartheid was racism and was universally decried and rightfully dismantled in 1994, only to be replaced not only by reverse racism against the white minority, but now by a South African government company that is complicit in white ethnic cleansing and all the obvious crimes that go with a war against a community. So my question is this: where are you now? Where is your voice now for the white minority who did the right thing in 1994 and who are faced with the black majority in the country who are killing, raping, and murdering them, amending the Constitution to steal their hard-worked-for property, and who the world now discriminates against in their hour of need? To borrow from George Orwell's Animal Farm, is murder, rape good and racism bad? And where are the Western world governments who could very easily change their visa laws to allow an educated, persecuted minority with Anglo-Saxon Protestant values who very easily assimilates into their countries? Wow, what a good question. Wow, right on the money. Anyway, Brian concludes with the following. Just like the Jews of Europe were denied a voice in their hour of need and the world claimed, never again, please be advised that even in 2018, in our interconnected world, we are placing 4.5 million people in harm's way of ethnic cleansing as I write this note. The post-colonial history of Africa is a clear indicator of these probabilities, and now the reality of what is happening every day. It is the media's role and responsibility to bring such matters to the world's attention. Anyone who is older than 40 will remember the media war against apartheid. It is as plain as day to see the world media have an agenda and are prepared to sacrifice 4.5 million white people on the tip of Africa. But that's okay, according to the United Nations and media, because they're only Christian and white, and they don't count. Beautifully written. Sums up perfectly the situation in South Africa and the fake news that is represented by the mainstream media. Please remember to subscribe to be kept informed. Ring the bell for the updates. Please like this video. Please share this video. And above all, please stay safe.